This is the Terry and Jesse show at its best with storytelling. We just brought in Dr. Ed Mazza. Those who are on YouTube and Facebook who see Dr. Mazza, he's waving to you saying, hey, I'm back in the saddle with Terry and Jesse. Dr. Ed, I want to welcome you, but I also want to ask you first to set the stage, give us your background, and then let's get right into the issue of historical perspective on Islam.
Sure thing. Well, I'm a former New Yorker. Every now and then you'll hear me talk about my coffee.
Yeah.
But for the last 13 years, I've been teaching here at Azusa Pacific University, an evangelical Christian college, not actually Catholic, but they're very tolerant of me. And I teach medieval history, Renaissance and Reformation,
yes,
ancient history. Basically, you name it, I teach it. And I have a DVD that's out. Matt Arnold did it on the Crusades.
We have it here.
I'm your man if you want to talk history.
If you want that DVD, you can get that by calling 877-526-2151 or go to catholicrc.org. It's available. I think it's a $10 donation. Dr. Ed, what time of history is your expertise in? What's the period?
My PhD is in the Middle Ages.
Okay.
Or the Christian Middle Ages, as they're known.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, just to set this record straight, I just want the facts.
Sure thing.
Nothing but the facts, Sergeant Friday. So let's go into Islam from just a perspective of the historical perspective. When did it come into the world? Who started it? What were the effects of Islam? And give us a little background on that, please.
Well, according to tradition, the founder of Islam was an Arab, Muhammad, and this would have happened in about the year 610. So Christianity had been around for 600 years before Muhammad started to proclaim Islam. Very soon thereafter, the inhabitants of the city where he started, Mecca, pushed him out, and he went to Medina, where he became a warlord with an army at his back. And so when you read the Quran, the holy book for Muslims, part of it is peaceful. That's when he was a street preacher. And then part of it is violent. And that's when he was a general, and he killed people, he assassinated people, he sanctioned rape. His troops could rape people, they could take sex slaves. As a matter of fact, the Quran talks 5 times more about regulating slavery than it does about regulating your prayer life.
Can I ask you a question about the founder of the religion?
Yep.
Is it fair to say that morality speaking, in the sense of treating women, what was his perspective on women? Because today we're 21st century, but what has it changed, or is it still the same?
Well, again, the Quran and the Hadith, which are the other sources for Islam, teach that a Muslim man can have 4 wives, and he can have as many sex slaves as he wants. Wow. In fact, over the course of the last 1,500 years or whatever, Islam is estimated to have had 200 million slaves, black, white, brown, in between. Obviously, the New Testament and Jesus Christ don't teach things like that. Islam teaches that God is not a father. Scott Hahn did a whole series on that, about Abba versus Allah.
That's right.
And from its earliest years, Islam was spread by the sword. For example, Egypt used to be a Catholic country. Then it became Muslim. Israel used to be a Catholic country. It became Muslim. Syria used to be a Catholic country, but it was conquered by the Muslims. Spain, at one point, was a Catholic country that then became conquered by the Muslims.
Amazing.
So within 100 years of his death in 632, most of the Christian world woke up and found that it was Muslim.
We want to give you clarity with charity.
Amen.
So excited you guys are back on the radio.
Purpose-driven cup of coffee with that man. Truth spoken with passion and purpose.
Let's go to the phones, Terry.
Yeah, Joe, calling from California. Welcome to the Terry and Jesse Show. You're on live right now.
You guys are on fire. You guys have managed to get me on fire, my friends on fire.
Good, Gilbert. What's on your mind, brother?
You guys ruffled feathers, and if you're not ruffling feathers, you ain't doing your job.
Not telling people the fullness of the truth, that's not charity.
This is the first time in my 43 years that I've ever prayed the rosary on myself.
You can click the app whenever you want to listen to it throughout the day, and we'll inspire you, because we aspire to inspire until we expire, and while we're doing so, we may even perspire.
And I cried listening to some of your programs and stuff that you guys have talked about, and I think it's great.